You have heard him interviewing me 2 days ago. If those of y'all were there, today I'll be interviewing him. Okay, and it's always very interesting, guys. Guys, it's always very interesting when we hear somebody's story because, as I always say, you know, everybody has a story to tell. Okay, so this is something that you may want to, you know, brush up on your own story. If some of y'all have been following me from day one, I'm very sure somebody like Koniko has followed me from day one. It's already 3 over years. Wow, time just fly by, right? My interview with the stars, 3 over years. We used to start it at night, you know, and then now we moved it to daytime. And we have so many interesting, so many motivational, so many inspiring speakers. And every time, every one of these speakers that sit in front of me going through this interview, somehow we have all these golden nuggets just coming out, you know, from them. And I always tell people, I said, how much is, if you were to put it in dollar value, okay, how much is a dollar value to get somebody's experience for the last, I don't know, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and compress into just 5 or 10 points golden nugget shared to you. So guys, if I were you, I will have a notepad and a pen next to me, or if you are preferred to use some electronic gadget, feel free to use it, because you never know what our star today will be sharing could just be 1 point away, just 1 point away to your greatest achievement, to your dream life in your journey of life. Okay, so you don't want to waste this opportunity. Have it written down. And my advice to you, remember guys, knowing and not doing is not knowing. So the 50% is to jot it down, take notes, okay? But the next 50%, or sometimes I call it the next 90%, should be at least putting some of it, if it's not all, at least some of it into consistent action, so that at least you see some form of results. Okay, now everybody can learn to cook a nice ramen. Okay, I've learned lately, I've been cooking a lot, so I've been learning a lot of things. But you can learn to cook, but until and unless you start to cook, you will never cook. You will never know how good you are as a cook. You will never know how nice the food is. There is nothing. You can keep seeing YouTube cooking videos for hours and hours and hours until your eyes goes red. But you will never be anywhere near a cook if you don't start to cook. So what I'm trying to say is, at the end of today's session, please do yourself a big favor by putting the notes that you take down today into action. Okay, it may just be one thing out of today's 1.5 to 2 hours sharing, okay, by our star today. Just one thing, you put it into practice, into action. That one thing could change your life. That one thing could make you your millions. That one thing could bring you your freedom. Okay, so without further ado, the time is right. It's exactly what's the time now? Okay, the time is exactly, gosh, I don't even have a clock. Okay, it's 11:09, 11:06. Okay, guys, if any one of your members are not in the room, always remember this session is recorded live on Facebook in the Kangen Power Team International Facebook page. If those of y'all who don't have the link, please get it from the person who introduced you to this show. And those of y'all who in the link, you may want to share that video to your people, because today is a great learning lesson. All right, so let me just bring up this page here. Okay, so without further ado, let me introduce you. Okay, wait, let me just go to my speaker view, and let me just add spotlight. Where's my spotlight? Where's my spotlight? Choose virtual. Spotlight for everyone. Okay, and spotlight. Add spotlight. Yes. Okay. So sorry, usually I got my assistant to do all that for me. today I have to do it myself. Okay, anyway, the person that I'm going to interview with y'all today is a fellow Malaysian, okay? I regard him as a brother of mine in Malaysia. We started around the same time, although probably by months, we are a few months later. But it's also around that 2011, 2012 period. And he comes, although we are from Malaysia and a lot of people don't really know Malaysia. Can you imagine? I still remember when I was a young kid and my first trip to Japan, a lot of people, when I tell them Malaysia, I don't know why, but they like, where is Malaysia? And I said, I didn't want to give them an answer. I just tell them, what is above Singapore? And what is below Thailand? You know what they told me? Pacific Ocean. Oh, Pacific Ocean. Okay, but anyway, Malaysia is actually split into two, I don't know, you call it an island or continent or whatever it is, but it's actually split into two mainland, okay? The first mainland is called Peninsular Malaysia. That's where I come from. The capital city of Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur. That's where I live. And our star today comes from East Malaysia. So his morning, although we are on the same time zone, but I'm very sure when I was there in Sabah, in East Malaysia, even I think like 5:30 or 6 is already bright. Am I right to say that, Chin? So he comes from that part of Malaysia. It's called East Malaysia. Frankly speaking, if I have a choice, and I know one day I will own a property there because I love that place, seriously. If you have not been there, just check out his wallpaper. That is a mountain I climbed at 17 years old, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Mount Kinabalu, the highest mountain in Southeast Asia at 4,101 meter. I can still remember it clearly. Okay, and there's if you guys are anywhere near diving people, okay, you will know that in Sabah you have this place called Sipadan. Is also the world's best diving destination. So the seafood there is great. I remember eating like crazy. You know, I remember there was one time during Asato's time, we had Cynthia Brigatti, Dr. Dale, together with us having a leadership seminar up in that place that you saw, that you are looking right now with the mountain at the backdrop, called Kundasang, and it was really amazing. It's literally a heaven on earth. It's a paradise on earth. Okay, so I would like to call that my third home, since I got a second home in Cameron, my third home in Sabah one of these days. Really beautiful. If those of y'all who have never been to this part of the world, please come by, give me a call, give our star Chin a call, and let's rock. Okay, anyway, today I'm going to introduce you this amazing person. He's none other than, everybody calls him Shifu Chin. Okay, Shifu is a Chinese reference to master. So when somebody has that title master, you know, people can, in Malaysia, you can hear people at Dato and Dato Sri and Tan Sri. Nothing near that title Shifu. Because with Shifu, you watch the show Ip Man, Wing Chun, you know, people regard people like that as Shifu, but he is not only Shifu. People call him grand, I think something like Master Shifu, you know, like Grand Master, you know. So definitely, guys, you want to really put your, if you're having an earpiece or you are listening from a computer, you want to put it out loud, take some really good notes, because today our star has definitely some really, really good points to share with you. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please all join me to welcome the none other than the Shifu Chin Shaofeng. Yeah. Woohoo!
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Gary. Thank you for the opportunity to come chat with you.
Yeah. First and foremost, I'd like to say a big thank you for obligingly. I know you're a very busy person, managing one of the biggest team in Malaysia here and in Asia. And thank you for taking your time to want to go on this interview so that I can help the audience to extract some golden nuggets out of your head. So thank you very much, Chin. We have known each other for quite some time, and like you say, we need to catch up more, because most of the time it's very hi, bye. You know, we meet in US, in Singapore, in Okinawa, but we really never take the time to really sit down and have, you know, really good bonding, you know. Yeah, so Chin, being where you are today, okay, just 1 minute, guys, Garrett is okay. It's okay. Daddy is having an interview, please. Sorry, when you have 4 kids at home and all are mainly on online class, you will have a situation like this. Okay, so anyway, Chin, being where you are today, I believe you are a 6A5-4. So
Yeah.
to new people to Kangen business, 6A5-4 means our Shifu Chin here has 5 lines of 6A leaders under him. And out of these 5 lines of 6A leaders, 2 legs are -3s and above. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of -3 and couple of -4 in your leg, right, Chin? And I always had the impression that you were not into network marketing before Kangen. Was that a right assumption, or you were already involved in some form of network marketing before Kangen?
Gary, actually, yes, I was. Actually, before Kangen, I actually had experience with 3.
Wow.
3 companies. But this is across a time of 10 over, no, about 20 years, you know.
Right.
The first one is when I was probably about 28, 29 years old when I joined the first one. That was the first one that really blew my mind. And subsequently, the second one, the third one are actually American companies. Now, so a little bit story of this. The first one that came, it blew my mind about the industry. So I was really green. I was there to learn. So just want to absorb everything. And I was in the training and was starting to read books. Remember those times we read the book is like the first year in network marketing, something like that, right? So those are the things that we're going to read, and I like it. I like it so much. I like the idea because I don't know. Maybe you want to call me. I don't like to be a hardworking person. I don't like to become a. I don't like to become a buffalo, right? So I was really thinking of what I can do to have a relaxed life later part of my life. But however, after 20 years of working, I'm nowhere. I'm going nowhere. I'm just a very normal person. I cannot stop working. If I stop working for 1 month, probably maximum 2 months, I probably something will happen, you see. So I need something to break through. So the network marketing comes. But however, network marketing comes in the first company. I only earn a little bit. Is a learning path for me. But I fell in love with the concept of passive income, concept of helping other people to become successful. Then the second and the third companies are both American companies. 1 month before.
Sorry, Jin, yes. The first one, is it a local Malaysian company?
No, it is not. Okay, it is. We don't say name, huh? It's actually aromatherapy. Okay, the famous aromatherapy company. Yeah, okay, you got it. But we have problems with that. Then later on, we found out that the product is actually from France, but they don't own the factory. You know, they are just buying the product, and then we sell, rebranding as network marketing company and selling it to the Asian people. So I learned from this, and I noticed that choosing a good company is very important. Good company that needs to own their own product line. They produce their own product. They don't just buy from others. So so later on, when the second company comes and the third company comes, these two are both American companies. Before they come, they are already top 10 in US. And we were like, top 10 in US? Top 10 in US, so surely they come to Malaysia, they will become very big, right?
Right.
So 1 month before they came in, we already signed up the form, and I really want to do it. This is the time. I said, ini kali lah, you know. All right, I want to do it. So that's how we come into it. But you see, that's how. So that was my experience with it. So I'm not there. Never in the 3 companies I did not join them to just sell products or whatever. I was there. I want to build a group. I talked to people about business opportunity, about what passive income is. Trying to convince people, you also can have a breakthrough in life, however, we make some money, we didn't do too well, but we are okay. In the third company, I'm the second biggest in Sabah, but it's just tough. So those are my 3 experiences.
Right. You mentioned these 3 companies and your interest in going into to build a business. Can I check with you, Chin? For these 3 companies, were you all in, like full time into it, or not full time, part time, or what was your position?
We were already doing something else, right? So all 3 of them, we went in full time in the mindset, because we have to run whatever we have. Okay, you can't survive. Okay. And usually these 3 companies, when you first come in, you don't get quick income, because proper companies, network marketing companies, you need some time to build up, right? So I came in there. So full time in is the mindset, not as a time, but as a mindset. Really aiming to build certain things. I remember. I was with second company, American companies. We were doing facials. They came in as a facial company, right? First. Right. So I will do whatever it takes. I'll do facial. I'll do half face mask.
No wonder Gary, I'll do half face.
15 minutes later, you see what's the difference? So I'll do whatever it takes. I'll learn.
Having said that, Chin, what's your profession as in outside of network marketing?
Yeah. Now, many people ask me what is my background, right? Actually, they like me to write my profile, because I think I don't have a very dramatic background. I am not someone who is very high qualifications engineer or whatever, or I am not someone that very poor then suddenly make it in hanging water. But I'm just normal person. Really normal person. What is normal person is like this, you go to school when you do not know what to study, but you go anywhere. Right. You came out from school, you come out from college, you get I get a college, okay? So I don't know what to do. I do hotel management in KL. Anyway, I don't have money to go anywhere else. So went to KL. So what to do? Don't know what to do, So they do hotel management. Sounds fun, right?
Right.
But didn't do. Then came out, don't know what to do. So end up running, working in the restaurants. Then from restaurants went to Sogo. Gary, you were in Sogo, right? You remember when Sogo opens? What's on 8th floor?
Okay.
YY.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there. I was the setup staff. Okay. I was the assistant manager there.
How come I didn't see you?
I don't even know you.
Okay.
So it was an amusement park, for people to bring their children and go and play, So I was doing that. Then I broke up my girlfriend at that time, 97, 98. I went back to Sabah. So that was 7-8 years later. I went back to Sabah. I have to start over again. I went into some timber business with my dad. We fell miserably. Then we have to start all over again. So I went to different businesses. I went to different jobs. Then I went as an investment manager for a foreign company, right, in Malaysia. That company fell again. And I had to climb and restart again. So that was my thing. So network marketing comes in between all this. But when I first met Kangen Water in 2011, that was like exactly 20 years after I set foot in the working world, right? 20 years. Then I noticed that I'm still at the bottom there. I have to restart everything together, Gary. But I'm a normal person. I look around, I say I'm a normal person. I don't know, isn't it? Many people are like that. They don't die, but they are. It's not like very poor, but you don't have any results to show. So it's just mediocre, just in the middle there.
So Chin, your story is very interesting because I just want to highlight this point since Chin mentioned about this. Guys, how many of y'all are Superman? Anybody? Or Superwoman, Wonder Woman? No, right?
Yeah.
Every
Show us your
one of us here
and your bra.
Yeah, very average. Guys, if some of y'all know my story, you know I'm not average. I'm below average when I started, okay? So when Chin tell you about that Sogo, that was where I started work, you know, taking home $100 a month. Now, guys, I just want to mention this. A lot of people thinks that to succeed in life, you need to be somebody extraordinary. You need to strive to be. But your past doesn't matter. What I'm saying. But if your past is average or your past is below average and you still don't strive to be extraordinary, then you won't get any results in life. So I think I'm not sure, Chin, if you heard of this saying. I think somebody said it's Bill Gates said, but I don't know whether it's true. But the saying goes something like this. It says, if you are born poor, that's not your fault. But you die poor, that's your fault, you know. and it makes a lot of sense, right, Chin, if you think about it. I mean, you and me, we grew up very ordinary, you know, at certain time in our life before, we don't even know where we are going. It's like Chinese said, Mang Tao Wu Ying, you know, like blind flying around, knocking on the walls, you know. But we are very blessed. I should say somehow, the reason you are here with me talking about all this, our lives have changed. And yeah, it's also because of things that we have done to get to where we are today. So tell me, Chin, coming back to Enagic, coming back to Kangen, how long did it take you to go 6A, and what you did in that, you know, that first year that you are in Kangen? Give us some points, give us some idea.
Yeah, that's interesting. You see, after the 3 network marketing experience, which in the third one, we are already at the second top leader in Sabah, right? Yeah. Yet after that, we still let it go, you know. So we make some money, but it just doesn't grow up to become a sustainable or long-term passive income business. So when Kangen comes, guess what is my response to it? I say no one already. No more. I say no more. Right? I know, because I am not opportunist or whatever. Whatever you want to call me, the fire has already come down. You know, it's already quenched. You know, you just don't want already. You know, yeah, like that. Okay. But I believe in my heart, I believe that network marketing is the thing. But the mouth and the mindset is like automatic. You say no. Okay, enough. All right, like that. Okay. But I saw the demo. I think the one that really first brought my mindset is actually I saw the Japan hospital video, how they use the machines, ionized machine in the hospital. So that brought my mindset, you know. I said, wow, this is really true. The video is so old. You know, why don't you show me a good new marketing video? But you're showing me such an old video. But I immediately know that it's not it's not a fancy or things, all right? So it's something really real. Right. Then I went to see the demo and I saw a lot of things. I still say no only after like 2 weeks past like that. Then I said I need to get it for my family. Right. But I do not want to do the business. Okay. You see? So that was in 2011, end of 2011. Yeah. So it was about 6 months after you guys come in, right? Right. So I was just in Sabah, right? So that's how I started. I don't want to do the business. But one thing about Kangen, once you are using it, you can't stop talking about it. You know, friends come to the house, they say, hey, your rice is so nice. Where do you buy this brand of rice? Okay, it's not the rice, it's the water, you know. I even show them some demo, you know. Okay. Just show them some demo. Here, show them some demo, but the mouth says like that. Actually, I'm not doing the business. So that was me, you know. Okay. Yet, surprisingly, some people say, yeah, I want to get this house. I said, well, okay, give me money, send to Hong Kong. We don't have office in Malaysia. If you want, send to Hong Kong, and then they will send you the machine. Yeah. Okay. So in the next 6 months, I have a little bit of sales coming in, and some friends introduce some other friends also. So my machine wasn't free, but I'm just earning a little bit money. So I was thinking that, even though my machine is not free, but it's like less than half price, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. I think it's a good investment. You know, this is something for the next 20 years. I think I'm real smart. But in 6 months later, one fateful night, when I talked to my wife, I said, yeah, shall we do it? And she says, do it. Why are you still thinking about it? She said, oh. Then I tell her, really? Okay, if I'm going to do it, I'm seriously going to do it, okay? Because Gary, you remember you told me that I know that you want to do it or you don't want to do it, right?
Yes, correct.
Because at that time, I was like that.
Okay.
I want to do it, but I don't want to become another salesman. You know, I know it can sell. I already know it can sell, you see.
Right.
I know how to do the demo. So I can show people by a proof, you know, not just by the mouth. So, but I don't want another business. Then, you know, another 5 years later, another 10 years later, you want to look for opportunities again.
Correct.
So I'm just really fed up with what happens in the past. So I tell my wife, I really want to give it a go, okay? Because I learned this word first. I learned this word. Have you heard this word, Gary? It's fail the failure fast.
Fail the
failure fast.
That means get all your failures done as soon as possible.
Correct. You go all out about it. If it doesn't work out, then you fail it.
Yes.
Rather than you stay there for 3 years, 5 years, you like that, you know? Make 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000 for the next 5 years. I'm waiting one day I will make it.
And you have not given your best, right?
Yes. Then you never give your best and you just like, okay, one day I will make it. So I want to really, really do this, okay? So I make 2 decisions. I really are going to go hands-on and really work very hard. And secondly, I want to do it like network marketing. I want to talk to people about the business. That's what I want to do.
All right.
And so I started to talk to people about product, about the business. Okay. And then
after
I get
6 months from the time you bought the machine, 6 months later.
Yeah. In the first 6 months, it was 7 units.
Okay.
Then in the next 6 months, it's 95 units. Then becomes 60.
That's when you really go all out, huh?
Yeah, go all out. I don't have your story like first month already 30 over people. I don't have the background. Yeah. My first month, my first 6 months is customers, right? It's like it's like a part time, you know. Okay.
Hobby.
Like my second 6 months, the first month is only like 3 units, then 7 units, then 7 units, then 23 units, 17 units, and the last one is like 41 units. That's how get to 102.
I see. Awesome. Before you move on, Chin, I just want to quickly remind the people. Chin mentioned something which is really good. I'm not saying that you should have this attitude, but this attitude is really, really good. Guys, do you all realize that you only have 24 hours a day? That is something, even you are the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, you can't have more. So when you have 24 hours a day, your time is very scarce resource. Now, if you are going to call yourself, you want to do Kangen, then for God's sake, give all you can, do the best, learn as much as you can, like what Chin said, put in all the action and fail and give up if you want to give up. Rather than you just do everything 50% or worse, some people only 10%. Some people do it when they like to do, don't do. So my suggestion is Energic and Kangen is a dream come true vehicle. It will make your dream come true. But in order for that to happen, you really need to put in the action. Now, having said that, there are some people who also don't make it. I'm not saying 100%. The reason they don't make it is not because of anything, but there's a lot of reasons. I'm not God, although my name starts with G, but I'm not God, okay? I can't tell you that. So what I want to emphasize on what Chin has just mentioned is, if you decide to do Kangen, then just give it all out, 100%. At least for the next 3 years, at least 100%. After that 3 years, you look at your bank account and it's still like that, then give up. Okay, just call it quits. Don't do Kangen at all. Go and do other things. Now, I'm not here to push you away from doing Kangen, but I think the attitude of giving all out is very important. Give yourself a time frame. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, you decide. And in that time, just be very, 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 very serious about that thing that you are doing. If it works, continue. If it don't work, you can choose. Okay, like I'm a strong advocate about never give up. But sometimes it also depends whether you see it's worth continue on or not. Okay. So, but of course, in a platform like Enagic, there is really no reason why you should call it quits, lah, you know. But have a go all out attitude. Amazing, Chin. That's a really good point that you shared just now. Chin,
Gary, I like to add on to what you said.
Go ahead.
I think, first of all, we are talking about if you are desperate in life, you want to change, right? So if you are here, you are just enjoying your life, you have something higher calling in your whatever work that you have. See, Kangen Water is just a hobby for you to, sell 1-2 units, earn some money and help some people. You are happy with that. This is fine. I mean, we will love many of these kind of people to join us anyway, okay? May the whole world become like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. But if you are desperate, you want something, right? Yesterday I was listening to Ed Milet. He's talking about the power of desperation. I never heard about the word like that, power of desperation. He said when people are desperate, you do whatever it takes. So yes. I was desperate because I was just fed up with my mediocre life, I call it like that. Okay. Gary was desperate because he's looking for a plan B, right? During that time.
Very desperate,
So we work it out. If you are desperate, you want to see a change, this is the one.
Yeah.
But I think Gary and I would actually privately tell you, see, if you really put in the effort to do 2 or 3 years, right, it's impossible to fail. I have that conviction to say it's impossible to fail. In fact, what we have is like this. We have a lot of our friends. They will, you ask them, they were saying that they always feel that they didn't do it well enough, but they already make money, I say, show me your statement. Gary, it's the same thing. I tell them, show me your statement. How much money have you made?
Yes.
And you are complaining, you say you didn't do well. But look at your statement. The other people have to slog for years, to make that kind of amount in few years, but you were doing it.
Yeah.
But they were comparing with the successful ones, then they suddenly feel that they didn't do well enough. So if you want that, then if you are desperate for a breakthrough, then go for it. This is you cannot fail in Kangen.
You're very right, Chin. I'm surprised because lately I've been doing a lot of my special training with my team that really dwell into the financial aspect. When I start to dig one by one, and some of these people complaining, wow, actually you'll be amazed with the kind of amount that they make. And Chin, you have been involved with 3 network marketing before Enagic. You will agree that same effort these people put, if it's in that company, nothing much. Am I right? Literally either nothing, zero, or nothing much. Yeah. I'm telling you, seriously.
The same complaint, cannot make money. The same complaint, but the Kangen one cannot make money. Fake check that they say. Yeah, they say they are not happy, But last time ours cannot make money. It's like few hundred ringgit. What does it cannot make money?
Yes. Here cannot make money. Drive C class. Cannot make money. They say cannot make because Gary drive Lamborghini. So he said, because I drive C class, so cannot make money. Hey, what is going on? Okay, it's very interesting. Yeah, and guys, again, I also want to add on something that Chin has mentioned just now. I'm not here to be authoritative to tell you that you must do this. Frankly speaking, if you are really happy doing what you are doing, getting an extra, maybe you are so blessed to have your parents left you with an inheritance of $20 million, and then Kangen, you just want to make, just make some, or maybe just to help people even without making nothing wrong, guys. Seriously, nothing wrong. The only thing that is wrong is if you are not happy with your life now, then you have to change. So what Chin mentioned just now is very, very true. Okay. And Energic, if you really look at it, I was just, Chin, I don't know about you, but I was just talking to who? I was just talking to one of Sam's downline kind of a week ago. Sam's first or second downline, you know, can you imagine? So he came in even before me. But this guy went on to do other things. I don't want to mention name, but it's a popular water filter company in Malaysia. You sure you know
okay.
Yeah. So it's a Malay guy. And can you imagine that company? He made it so big, and the company played him out, changed the plan, and he's literally left the company. So he for certain reason, he told me this. He says, Gary, now come to think of it, I cannot find, and he says this, he says, Gary, I cannot find anything to complain about Kangen. Gary, I cannot find anything to complain about Energic, you know. He actually told me that, you know. And then when I really dwell into what he said, actually is very true. You really cannot find in every angle, you know, you cannot find, you know, the maintenance level, the SP point, and the no demotion, the amount of 8 point that's being paid out, the amount of total bonus that's being paid off, the company strength, the company background, Mr. Oshirosa, every area of it. Of course, I'm not saying Energic is perfect, but being the imperfect it is, it's really something that you cannot think of something to complain. Am I right to say that, Chin?
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes, you're really true, Gary.
Yeah, it's really amazing, you know. Okay, coming back to you, Chin. I know that you have a very strong presence, especially in Malaysia. Being a fellow Malaysian, although yes, I started my group my first year very grounded in Malaysia, but after my first year, for certain reason, maybe it was my dream or my mission that I set out to conquer Asia. So I literally went out of Malaysia most of the time. And I know that you and your team, through June and John, has got quite a strong presence in Malaysia. Chin, can you give us an insight with that strong group of people, a big number of people, both Malays? I know you have a strong group of Malay team and the Chinese group, now the Chinese speaking group. Can you give us an idea? How do you get your team motivated and, you know, moving so fast to achieve their dreams, you know, their goals in the business? What's your style of getting your team excited, Chin?
Oh, okay. Yeah. First of all, you know, when it's not that I don't want to build international, you see. The reason that we're strong presence in Malaysia is just that it happens like that. You know, I have been to many other countries, it just doesn't work out. So you just have to work well with what is in your hand. So that is the principle, okay? So it's the same thing. You work well with what's in your hand, and it grows up to be like this. So I believe in a few things. How to get them motivated. We strong advocates of true health. We talk about true health. We talk about it's not just physical health, but it has to be in the financial health. But the most important thing is the inner health. So we talk a lot on this. In my trainings now, especially in the last couple of years, we talk a lot on the true health. And we are just saying that is money everything? Because if you talk about the three things, the spiritual health or the mindset health is the most important, and then is very lacking in the current society.
Correct.
Okay, so we talk about that. So getting people to know why they are doing it is very important. So secondly, we are talking about why. Why are you doing this business? Is it for just to make some money? Do you have a bigger reason for that? Okay, for example, not just to make some money, but you want to provide for your family. That's a bigger things, right? So what is your higher why? What is your big why? Why do you want to do? Or you want a breakthrough in your life, right? So that is the kind of things. Then I always talk about this. Treat your business like a game also. The business like a game also. I am a fun person.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
I'm a fun person. Yesterday, I was doing the training about DISC, okay, personality profile, right? Behavioral patterns, okay. I'm a typical I. How you look at my hats? I have 20 different hats there, so I will wear different hats. Whatever occasion I have, I just want to look different. Okay. So I believe in having fun because people need to enjoy what you are doing.
Yes. Very true.
What is it if you are here, you make a lot of money, you have a very big team, you're producing sales, but very pressure. You know, then you go back to your old life.
Yes.
No, we are so happy that we broke out from our old life, we unshackled. You know, that's what we want, right? It's actually freedom.
Correct.
Freedom from the systems.
Yeah.
How to get them motivated? I think having fun in what you do is very important.
Right. Chin, how did you get these leaders in your group? I know one very outstanding leader, in a sense, because of his condition, is Bryce. Is Bryce directly recruited by you?
Bryce, in between there's one, okay, but has late Barry, so it's direct with Bryce. Yeah. Okay.
Bernard always like to talk about the Bryce story. Are you able to very quickly share about Bryce story?
Okay.
His story is very amazing. You know, I'm very sure the participants here today will want to know about this person called Bryce. Bryce Chow, right?
Yeah. Okay. Wow, he is a typical MLM network marketing stories, right? If you catch his stories, then you understand power of network marketing. Right. So when I first met him, is through Barry. Barry is actually my ex upline in the previous businesses, right? He bought Kangen water for 1 year and he refused to do it. He just, until one day he fell in his stock market. Okay, he lost everything in stock market. Then there was when he started to relook it again. Okay, and he immediately went into a crazy recruiting mode, and he found this Bryce. So that was like the 4th month into his business. So he was like calling me. I was in KK, right? So he's calling me, hey, this Bryce is very good, like that, right? So I come over to KL, Kuala Lumpur. I met with Bryce. I said, well, Bryce actually has a lot of health challenges.
Yeah.
He has stroke twice, okay, and he never recovered from the second stroke. Okay. So that was like 1 year plus from the second stroke already, and he still has a lot of problems. He walked very, very, very slow. And I am someone who walk very fast. Few times I walk very fast, right? Where is him? He's behind me, I'm gonna walk back. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, and really walk slowly behind me. He can't talk.
Right.
He will be talking to me like this. That was how he talks to me like this. So and he can't. By 6 o'clock, he has to go home. He cannot take the risk. I stay in KL. If 6 o'clock you go home, how do you work? Right? How do you work? If you have to go back by 6 p.m., how do you work in KL? You can't work like that. And he asked me this question. He said, hey, Chin, I want to do this business. Can you teach me how do I do this business? My first answer, real, sure. You really want to do it? Shouldn't you be resting at home? I asked him. And he says, no, this is the only business that he's doing. He wants to do this business. He see this business can do. He is already into few network marketing companies. He never make money, right? But his soul Kangen is different. He said, I know this can do, right? I want to do this. He said, okay. I said, that's the only way. Now, you cannot do that more. He cannot do that more.
Yes.
Okay, not that he cannot. He can, but he can't continue to talk for 30 minutes like that. He cannot. He will have to stop, right? So you can't do that more. You can't do the physical things. You can do trainings, right? You can, but you can do this. If you need to run your business like a business. He says, I'm already running this, the only business. I'm not doing any other thing. I want to do this business only. I said, no. I said, many people say Kangen Water is their business, but they did not run it like a business.
Correct.
You see, their mindset is employee mindset, or even less than that. less than an employee. At least employee show up for work, you know.
Right.
You know, sometimes people are like that. Or when they think about it as a business, but they never take like business. You see, in a business, you invest. You don't do everything yourself, right? You get people to do for you. Do you go and sweep floor? You get a cleaner to do for you. Do you go and do delivery? No, you get someone to do the delivery for you, right? So if you cannot do demo, get someone to do demos for you. If you cannot do training, then you arrange trainings. You need to be involved there. But you do not need to do the physical things, I say, Bryce, okay. So he got the idea. And he start doing, so he cannot do selling, right? So that's why he immediately look for people who can sell. He look for people who want to make money. And I see this is a major difference, you know, because a lot of my friends, the other way around, because we are good, I can talk well, so I do the selling myself.
That's the biggest mistake.
That's the biggest mistake. I can do well, so I want to sell, right? Okay,
yes.
You introduce people to me, I'll help you sell.
Yes.
I'll help you talk to them, right? You introduce people, I'll help you talk to them. You know, I mean, you started off like that, it's okay, right? But Bryce started off totally different. He cannot do the selling.
Choice.
So
he has no choice.
No choice.
Yes.
So he looked for people who can sell. Look for people who are desperate to work money, and he found Dorcas. Then later on he found Alfred, two of his biggest leg. But in between, he was always looking for people, and he knows leverage investment. So he'll bring them to the restaurant, Kangen restaurant. You know, the former restaurant that Nicholas and Belinda they have. He bring in there. You know, okay, this restaurant is Kangen one. Now, no, this restaurant no more. Okay, okay, and do whatever kind of things he do. Trainings, he'll be there. He is number one in attendees. Okay, I was always saying that, you know, who has the, apart from Sam, all those organizers, who is the number one attendees in your trainings. Okay, in the trainings, you see, it's actually Bryce. Yeah, even though he cannot sit through, but he was always in every training because he will motivate. He will get the people to go. He's not even a motivator, right? Okay. So he's not even motivated, but he's always there. He's patient and doing the business properly. I think that is really, really something that many of us could have fallen into the kind of mistake.
You know that this 5 to 10 minutes that you share this Bryce story is already worth $1 million to y'all. I don't know if y'all take this down this note. You see, in Bryce's case, it's not an option, you know. You guys have an option, but you chose the wrong option. Now, I'm not saying right or wrong. Again, look at your bank account. Happy or not? Not happy? Change. And what Chin is talking about, playing the game. What game are you playing? Are you playing the selling machine product game? If you are, then Kangen is not for you. Seriously, I'll be very frank and direct with you. But unless you are happy with your bank account now, then continue lah. So what Bryce? So when Chin talks about Bryce as an example, I want you all to know that that Bryce has already validated to you the rules of Kangen. The rules of Kangen is you are not. What's that word I should say? You are important, but you don't need to be perfect. Put it that way lah. So you don't need to be. In fact, you don't know anything also can one. In other words, Bryce has already proven to you that you don't know anything. If I don't want to use the word, but let's just say lah, if you are an idiot, also you can make it one. I mean, like you know the dummies book, you know, the dummy for this, dummy for that. Even your dummy also can make it one. So Bryce have proven. Now, what I still remember, Chin, since you mentioned on this, I still remember seeing a YouTube video, a Facebook video of this guy that was selling some course about leveraging. And he says, to be successful, get yourself out of the way. So he says, yeah, did you see that video before? Get yourself out of the way. You know, just you see, a lot of us, we are the stumbling block. because we always get ourselves in the way. So you see what Bryce did was he got himself out of the way, but because he did it because he has no choice. You guys have a choice. Try to think of your business as a leverage thing. Okay. Accounting, give to people. In fact, if you are still cutting your own grass, stop it. Eric Warren say you are the most expensive grass cutter in the world. If you are still washing your own clothes, stop it. Okay. If you are still doing things that people can do for very little amount and your time can actually be spent on making millions, please make sure you know where your priorities are. Okay. And especially in the Kangen business. Kangen business is a leverage business. Okay. Bryce, and I purposely want to bring up Bryce, and because Bryce is Chin's downline, he has more experience with him. Bryce already confirmed and validated to you that in this business, you are important, but your importance in the business is to bring the good people. And then you can be redundant. That's why I think I spoke in my session with you, Chin. I said, this is one business you can be redundant, and you should be redundant to be successful. The more redundant you are, the best, the better. Because I already told you guys, some of you guys attended my training, your gauge, whether you are successful in this business, whether your business is running on the right track, is stop 1 month of doing this business, don't talk to anybody at all about Kangen, and see how much you are still getting paid from Enagic. That will give you a clue how successful your business is. Means you are already in what I call the 100% category redundancy, which is a real, but I'm not here to tell you to stop, don't do, don't practice thing. I'm just telling you that this business is 90% leverage. Okay. You use yourself for the things that you're strong. Like, for example, in my case, I'm very good. I know for the fact I'm very good in talking. I'm very good in inspiring, motivation, leadership. That's where I do. The rest of the thing, to be very frank, I've only I think my whole 10.5 years, I only really installed a machine more than, I think something like 10 times, not even more than that. Because that's not my forte. So I don't want to get myself, especially worse if you need those special drilling or So yeah, focus on your gift, focus on your passion, do the things that you love to do the most. If you can, try to bring your gift and your passion into your Kangen business, and the rest of it, 99% of the other thing, please feel free to leverage, and you will see your results going off the roof. Wow, that's an amazing story. Thank you so much.
Gary, there is one other thing about Bryce. I think it's very important. May I share this?
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
Now, so the other thing is you got to understand Bryce. I already told you his mindset, right? But the other one is you got to look at the attitude. See, the mindset is to do it like a business, but the attitude, he is such a, he never complains about anything to me. I tell you, he discusses things with me. He never complains about anything. He never show disappointment in following up on the customers. He knows people need time to think, so he will find whatever ways to continue following up on them, and he will go to approach other people.
Wow.
He will always look for people who I think this one can do. So because he has not enough time, right? So you see, he is selective. He's selective. He's selective in the people there. So he look for the potential eagles. So this is how he does. But you know what? Today, he is already a -5. I'm a -4.
Yeah.
He is a higher ranking than me.
But that's a happy
because
problem.
He has, yes, he has Nolly and Zahid as -4. And he has Alfred also as -4. So he's -5. But you know what? My income has just went up a little bit more.
Yes.
That's the beauty
happy
of
problem.
magic meeting. But you see, our relationship is still like this. He still asks me things, even though he is a -5. He still consult me on certain things. He is really humble enough, Okay, he will ask me, so I'll give him some advice, things like that. Okay, and at the same time, me has to understand, feel like that. Yes, it's okay to have downlines be better than you. I don't need to be the what you call the man in front. It's always okay to have. You see, so these are the two sides that we need to learn. We need to learn to respect the uplines, but at the same time, as an upline, If you are already a leader, you're going to learn, hey, how to embrace success by your downlines, even if they are doing better than you. You should be happy with them. I think that is another lesson.
You really add on a very good point here, Chin, because in Magic Plan, even if your downline supersedes you, you are still being paid very well. Now, I cannot say that is true with other companies' plan, So that's why if Enagic is your first MLM, I'm going to tell you, you better find a way to thank your lucky star. You got the best already. Forget the rest. Don't go out there look other. It's already the best. Chin has been in 3. I've been in 15. I've seen. Okay. There are some companies before your downline reach higher than you also gone already. You can't even smell anything already. But here it is so amazing, the plan. So what Chin says is very true. Yeah. Frankly, there's another way to look at this is most of it is like what Chin was telling you about his downline Bryce becoming higher ranked than him, and he's happy, he's okay, and things like that. It's also the same with another scenario I just want to very quickly share with you is, how is it like that although we are not a binary company, but our step up to the next rank is always based on two lines that goes up, correct? So there are a lot of people who always like to complain with me by saying, Gary, I'm good, but not good enough. I say, why do you say that? They say, I only have one leg moving. I always tell them this, I said, one leg moving is better than no leg moving. At least you got builder in your group, your whole entire focus, even if that leg, I'm sure, Chin, you have also seen, and probably in your group, you have some people, they have downlines because they only have one leg moving. They have downlines that overtake them in rank as well. Okay, I'm sure probably in your group also you have that. So to me, it's a happy problem, guys. Do you know how many people don't even have active group in them? Their group, don't have active people building. They turn behind, nobody is moving one. No. If they don't sell a single machine, it is zero income. So if you already have, and even if it's just on one leg that is so deep, and that leg is already not paying you 8 points, you should thank your lucky star because you have an active group. Your role is basically your challenge, your entire mission is basically create another second group. That's all. And energy is so easy, so simple, Yeah, so don't forget, the last thing you want is not to have anybody building independently. Okay, that the word is this, building independently in your group. Okay, I will love it, even one leg, so what? I mean, in my case, I'm just blessed that I've got few legs that are moving. I'm sure Chin's group is the same, But if it's not, if it's just one, it's okay. At least you have one. Then just go and build the other one. All right. So Chin, that's a very good story about Bryce. So guys, see, Bryce's case is a clear example that his limitation is his greatest blessing. So I want you all today, just maybe for half a day or 1 or 2 hours, just write down in your paper your limitation. Because you never know, your limitation could be your greatest blessing, just like Bryce. But you need to identify, what's your limitation? You need to identify your gift, your advantage, and your limitation. Your limitation could be your greatest blessing, So that's very, very good story. I like that. Thank you so much, Chin. Chin, there's a lot of people who always have a challenge. They don't know how to introduce Kangen to new people or to strangers. So let's just say, let's do a rough role play. Let's say, Chin, if I sat next to you on a plane, and then we started off chit chat, you ask me where I'm going here, and then I ask you that golden question, which a lot of people don't know what to say. Okay, let's just say you are 100% full-time in Kangen, which I believe you are, right? So you don't do other things anymore. So if people ask you, so by the way, what do you do? That golden question. Hey, so what do you do? So what's your answer to what's your response to that question, Chin?
I'm okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, I'm with an international company right now. Okay. Building my own business lah. With the help of an international company. However, my life wasn't like that. When in my, I was actually a very normal person. It was like 20 years that I work in all kinds of businesses until I'm 41, about 10 years ago. So before I found this company. So I was struggling in many other businesses. After 20 years of working, I just noticed that if I stop right now, I will have no income. I have to continue to work. But thank God, 10 years ago, I met with this current company. It really changed my life. So today, I actually traveling all over the world. I actually really enjoy what I'm doing now, financially free lah. So I would probably answer like that. Okay. And still haven't answered it, right?
Will you tell them the name of the company that you are attached to?
Okay, so if it is not in an aeroplane, if it is an aeroplane, I will tell, and I give him information for him to do research. If it is not in an aeroplane, I will not tell. I will say maybe, but today is Yam Cha, we cannot talk so much. Maybe one day we will sit down, okay? Because I'm looking for a business partner also. Maybe I'll show you the business. If you see whether you like it or not.
Right.
Okay. So in the aeroplane, probably I would tell. I'll just tell, and I tell him that I tell him the stories, and then I'll give him information to research on.
I see. So you want to keep the curiosity there lah,
Yes, kill the curiosity.
Their body language, their response, whether they are responding to it, or some of them, probably I don't want to know, or things like that lah. Right. Awesome. That's good, because there are a lot of people who always have that same question, Gary, how do I introduce Kangen to my friends? How do I introduce Kangen to a stranger? There's always a way, and Chin shared with you is a very natural, it's amazing. It's something that you test the water, and if the response is very hot, if somebody say, hey, tell me more, I'm very sure, Chin, you'll probably set an appointment to see the person quite immediately, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay, Chin, I'm not sure about you, but a lot of us came into the Kangen world with that picture of the way to do the Kangen business is delivering, sharing, and giving out water kind of thing. Was that part of your SOP when you started doing this business? Giving water, sharing water, some people idolize Daniel Dimacali. He talks about, this business don't need to sell one. All you need to do is just give water, people will buy, Nothing wrong with that. I'm very sure he probably got a success from that. But is that something that you do, or you do it very successfully?
Yeah.
What's your point on that?
Okay. I think Daniel Dimacali says it, but you can ask him how many bottles of water did you send to people, Daniel Dimacali. I bet they have. I have also. But this is how I send water, okay? You see there is a difference, right?
Right.
I will make approach to people. This is my standard approach. I will see people, I will ask him, how are you? Gary, what have you been doing? So I try to find the pain point, right? Pain point. How's your business? Are you so bad? How? Okay. Trying to dig out the difficult parts. Because what do you have in mind? Okay. Then later on, this one will come up. Yeah, okay, listen. Waiting for the chance to ask me, what do you do, right? What do I do? And then, okay, I'll try to make the appointment, things like that. Or straight away on the spot, I may show him what everything, if the time limit allows that.
Right.
Now, do I send water? Yes. Sometimes if I have already made
appointment,
I did already, then naturally you want a second appointment, right?
Yes.
You want a second more appointment. So if the second appointment is next day, then you just go on to the next day one. But what if for some reason that they say they cannot, whatever reason, or after second or third appointments, they still haven't catch it, then that is when I will give water.
Okay.
During...
Okay.
Sorry? Okay.
You don't purposely go out there and give water, right?
No. But when I first started, when I was new, it's different. See, when I was new, okay, this is how I start, right? I have an idea how to do business. I say, okay, I tell my wife, I say, okay, serious, I'm going to do it seriously. Then after that, yeah, what am I going to do tomorrow? Because you're starting from zero again, okay? So I have an idea. I say, every day I must meet one people and do one full presentation. Because I know it's not a 5 minutes, 10 minutes thing. I believe in full presentation, okay?
Right.
It's not just demo, but also the books, you got to show them, testimonies, whatever, okay? Or in the business plan also. Yeah. So I start off so how to do that? Then I have a lot of drinking sessions, coffee sessions, from breakfast session, lunch sessions with different people, just to trying to make that appointment, okay? Right. Okay. But in between, right? In between appointments, right? I always keep some things, in waters in my car. So I use this to source it. So I went in there, maybe I know them, but they didn't know me that well, Say, hey, hi, how are you? Or I just call a friend, are you in the office? I know he's not going to give me appointment, these kind of people in the office, you're busy. Okay, you're busy, right? Okay, I have something I want to send to you. Okay. So I will go there, I'll drop down 2 bottles of water. Hey, Gary, you know what? This is amazing. I tried this is very good. Okay, why don't you try this? This water is very, very good. Okay, anyway, this is for 2 days. You finish it, 2 days later, I'll come. I want to hear how you feel about it.
Right.
Okay. So I use it for fishing bait. Fishing bait. Prospecting. I use it prospecting. So I now normally use it as a prospecting, and I also use it like a follow up. Okay, then you cannot close these sales. Okay, but not sending water. Normally they come and collect.
Right.
Okay. But if they don't come and collect, once they don't come and collect, okay, then I'm going to say, okay, hey, you must bring, important for your family. So I do the prospecting again.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
So that is me.
So is there any secret formula of how is there a closing technique with the water that you do? Is there like a time frame when you give water already? Is there a time frame like you tell them, okay, you can drink only until so, or is there any time that you come in and say, okay, you have to buy the machine or something like that?
No, I would not use the word you have to buy the machine.
Okay.
When I do water, okay, because I don't deliver, normally they come and collect, right?
Okay.
So I will take opportunity. Let them take some time first. Some people just cannot make the decision. They're very afraid to make the immediate decision. Let them take some time. If they feel anything good or whatever like that, that's the one thing I will sit down with them, talk again.
Right.
I will again explain to them, answer to them like that, and okay, you should get a machine like that. Right. I will not use that. You don't buy, I will stop the water. I will not use like that. But if I go and talk to you again, I invest in you again. If you still don't buy, okay, never mind, you can start again. But another 1 week, I will sit down again.
Okay.
I will sit down again and I will do the closing one. I will say why you must come like that. If they are not coming into the business, they will stop taking water anyway. After you sit down with them,
I'm just curious, Chin. Are there anybody that has taken water from you from 10 years ago and still taking now?
No. There is a few that they really cannot buy the money. They want to take water in my office, in my house. I let them to take.
That's a different.
So there is ministry.
More like charity.
The charity, yeah.
Right. Understand. Got it. Chin, is there anything, if you know what you know today, okay, and you have a time machine and you get to go back to 2011 when you started, is there anything you would have done differently, or you have done more, or done certain thing lesser, or don't do it at all? Any recollection, anything you like to tell? Because we always say it's always better to learn from people's mistakes, learn from people's story. So what's your take on this, Shin?
I think what I did right was doing recruitment right from the start, right? So I think I did right even at my 6A. even after I'm 6, I'm still doing recruitment. Okay. So that's why I got 5 lines. I don't have just 2 lines only, right?
Right.
But I think what I should have done more is even after the 6 then I started to slow down on recruitment.
Right.
Or when I'm 6 at 2. You know, when you suddenly think that it's enough already, the recruitment.
Comfort zone already, right?
Yeah, you go into comfort zone and you start to think it's enough. I just need to build on the current one.
Right.
Now, so that is what I would change, you know.
Right.
I would change. I would have continued to do prospecting. I would not continue to look for the next Gary Gan, you know. Go to the yellow pages, Gary Gan, highlight all the Gary Gan, call one by one, you know, all the Gary Gans. I would have do that, right? Because I noticed this is what something when you do recruitment, your downline sees it.
Yes.
And they will do the same thing.
Correct.
Right. You got to do it. You do it, then they do it. Okay. And also when you do it, now that's the very important one. Okay. And it's not difficult. You know, it's talking to people about the business. Why you're looking for the next eagle. You know how terrible is this job? No, it is fun, you know. It's like you always every day, you're putting in lottery, you know, one for $1 million, you know. Every day you got
我嘅data WiFi 真係一直跳
啊。
Okay.
Is that from your side? Chin?
No, it's someone unmuted.
Oh, someone
unmuted themselves. You want to
nobody
I mute it already. I saw it because I'm also a co-host, but I mute it.
Okay.
I mute it already.
No problem.
I'm a co-host.
Okay. So So that's your key point, right, Chin? You will continue.
That's my key point. And so that comes from the reason you don't want to do recruitment comes from the comfort zone. It also comes from the limitation of the mind. The limitation of mind is like this: I'm doing well already. So our definition of well is what? You know, better than other people. You see, many of us, we have that kind of thinking. I'm okay. Why? Because I compare to my friends. You see, but you don't compare to Lim Gotong, you don't compare to Gary Gan like that. Okay, compare to Gary Gan, very stressful. So don't compare to Gary Gan. But I compare to my friend, I'm okay. So many of us, sometimes we thought like that. That's why I always say, I go and see the aunties, go to Okinawa, you know, go and see other people, go and see the younger people, how they are doing, how they are charging on in life, you know.
That's true. That's true.
So I think that is the 2 things that we learn over the time, but I wish earlier on I would start already practicing that.
Amazing. Chin, you brought up some very good points. Guys, I just want to re-emphasize on what Chin mentioned. In leadership, you need to you set the example, you don't have to set the rules. People see what you do, don't see what you say. So if you are constantly recruiting, you are constantly continue moving on, constantly excited, your people will follow. Not all, maybe not all, but some of them will follow. Okay, so that's a very good point that Chin brought up. And secondly, Chin talks about constant recruiting. Now, I again want to remind you guys, because even when I started 10.5 years ago, I realized that even when I go to America, a lot of people really, for certain reason, treat Enagic as a sales business. Nothing wrong with that. But if you are not going out there to recruit, to sponsor, and when I talk about recruitment and sponsoring, I'm talking about showing the opportunity, talking about the dreams, talking about how much money you can make. If you are not doing a lot of that, you are not recruiting, you are not sponsoring, and you are not doing that, your business will not grow. That's what Chin was trying to tell you. Constant recruitment, constant looking for a Gary Gan or a Cynthia or a JV or even a Chin, you know. The point is you need to go out there to share the opportunity. I'm sure most of you all heard of me talking about this. Enagic's real and main product is the plan. oh, by the way, we have a water machine. Oh, by the way, we have a water machine. But the one main product in Energic is the plan, is the opportunity to be free. Oh, by the way, we got a water machine. Okay, I hope you really get that point because it's really, really important. Wow, amazing. Thank you, Chin, for sharing that. Chin, can you give us some ideas on what do you think? Because I'm very sure 10 years ago and 10.5 years ago myself, we came into Energic at a time that people don't even post things on Facebook or very little. Today, the whole world has shifted online. Tell me and tell the participants here, what are your thoughts about online marketing with regards to Kangen, and what are you doing in this area, you know?
Well, Gary, there is one thing that I wish I had started earlier. Okay. You see, my Facebook, okay, I really feel that I did not use my Facebook enough. Okay. Gary has a good Facebook presence since a long time ago. Okay, I don't have. My wife doesn't like Facebook at all. She doesn't like the private life to be on Facebook. Don't like to tell people what she do, you know. So she doesn't like sometimes I post, but now she's okay. You know, she has started to understand. I think it's important now. So you're talking about social media, huh, Gary? Yes. You're talking about social media. So because when we talk about online, there are so many things. We have Zoom, you know, there's another thing. So we have social media. I think social media is very important. You need to, I always, one of the reasons that I do not know whether I want to go into social media is that, first of all, I do not want to go and sell machines on social media again. Talk about Kangen water. So I prefer to talk about lifestyle, you know, lifestyle, talk about myself, write some motivational things like that. So hopefully get people to understand, to ask what are you doing, you know.
Right.
But right now I'm starting to put it into a mix a little bit more. Kangen water comes up. Sometimes you just need to celebrate what Kangen water is. You know, if they have a super brand, you tell people about the super brand. You know, it's okay. If you have a big event, celebrate the big event. I used to don't like to talk about these kind of things, you know. Or even I post something, the Kangen water words doesn't come out one. Okay, so that is just me. Okay, that's me. I was torn in between, but I was telling people either if you want to go all out into everything Kangen water, you can. Yeah. Okay, but I want to stay anonymous, as in not the Kangen Chin. Okay, I want like that. I don't want my post to just, you know, everybody attracting, you know, Kangen people from everywhere, you know, but not attracting my friends. But I think that is wrong. Okay. But I think it's wrong. I think it's really need to use Facebook or Instagram to do whatever you like. But you need to do it tactfully.
Correct.
Do it tactfully. Don't sound like a salesman. Don't sound like a salesman.
Yeah, trying to push some product to people.
Oh yeah. We can sell your ideas, but without sounding like a salesman one, you know. Just give people values. Give values in your contents, you know. Give people fun is also a value, you know. So be authentic a little bit. If you really love Kangen water, show it out there. It's okay. If you feel that you in Kangen, you are learning motivational, you are not just earning money, you are just not just earning health, but you're also learning and personal development. Of course, you show it up in Facebook. And this is what people will notice in you. In you, I think we be more authentic lah. So this is one thing I wish I could have started many years ago. Be more consistent.
So Chin, you can't go back to the past. So now at the current present and looking forward, do you think you will want to invest a little bit more time and money into this area for your Kangen business?
I think in the last 2 years, we have gone online, but we have invested in Zoom. That's why in my team, we have a lot of Zoom events, things like that, right?
Right.
But I do believe that social media is one other areas that you can go to.
Right.
You can go to. Yes. I do not know how to invest in that. Maybe go on join courses like that, which I think is good. You know, just to make your content more relevant. attractive, more relevant, attractive. You know, I think that is good one. If not, then again, we're doing the way that we do. It's not like become like salesmen. Yeah, but the thing is like this: they do get some sales.
Yeah.
For people who keep posting Kangen water is good, Kangen water is good, you know. After they post 1,000 times, you know, still can get some sales, you know.
Yeah. I know one person that does this internet thing pretty good is our friend from LA, Kuniko-san. You know,
really?
She tells me she got people in India, people in China, you know. Wow, I really salute her, you know. She somehow through her internet presence, although I know she's not much of a IT or social media person, but what you say, you're right, you know, just by, having something is better than nothing. Okay, you have something out, even if it's lousy information, 50% chance. But if you have nothing out, it's zero lah.
Yeah, has to be consistent.
Yeah,
Kuniko, can I call you Sifu? Can I call you Sifu, Kuniko? I'm going to your post and
no. Sensei.
Okay, yeah, he's Japanese. Okay. Sugoi, that's Sugoi.
I think Chin, it again comes back to your famous 6825 downline Bryce. A lot of people ask me and tell me, Gary, I don't know social media. I don't know internet marketing. I say, good. I don't know also. Leverage. Remember, guys, in this world, just think of these few examples. Elon Musk probably don't know how to build a car. He owns Tesla. Tony Fernandez, for those of my Malaysian friend, doesn't know how to fly a plane. He owns an airline. Who else? I was shocked because I heard that Jack Ma doesn't know about computer one, but he owns Alibaba. So always remember leverage. You don't need to know. Be willing to engage people. Okay, be creative. Then you will ask me this question. Oh, Gary, but I'm not earning as much as you. I don't have enough budget to engage these people. You don't need money. Oh, this is another day for another course. You call me next time, okay? You don't need money, seriously. You need to be creative. You don't need money, okay? There are many ways lah. If you spend some time with me, I'll share with you all some no need money ideas, and people will throw money to you. People will throw expertise to you. It's leverage, yeah. So wow, amazing points there. So wow, so fast, we're already 1.5 hours. I don't know about you, Chin, but I've just put in like 1 liter of this water into me. My bladder is so full. If I don't end it in the next 10 minutes, I don't know. I probably need a rubber band. You know. Oops, I forgot I'm on.
Okay. You know what, Gary? If you have the problem, you can quickly finish the bottle first. Finish your bottle of water.
Why?
Then you have an empty bottle.
Hey,
then you have an empty bottle.
Okay. Last 2 questions, Chin. Last 2 questions.
Yeah.
Last 3 questions. Okay. What's your greatest advice to a new person here today? I know I've got one 19-year-old boy or 18-year-old. His name is Charger.
Yeah.
Somebody like Charger here. What's your advice to a new person? No knowledge about business, no knowledge about network marketing, and got into Kangen very young, not much of much experience. What's your advice if that person wants aspire to be somebody like you, to have this success? Okay. Yeah.
I'll borrow this from Eric Worre, okay? One of my mentor, Eric Worre. Okay, Eric Worre said this is the fastest path to success in network marketing. Okay, the fastest path to success in network marketing. So everybody, please listen carefully. It's not one of the. It's the. He says the success one is to get around the people that are successful, and particularly get a mentor. And I think that is why Charger is doing well in that area. You need to get a mentor. Now, one of the biggest problem that we have is ego. Ego, that is I know already. Okay. So we can be in here. We are saying okay, it's a seafood, everything like that. But behind, we don't want to do what they say. Now, if you are new, this is the fastest, okay? This is the fastest. You still can do your own way. It's just a bit slower only. But the fastest is to look for those that is very successful and ask him, what can I do? What are the things that I need to do?
Right.
So for new people, I think this is the number one suggestion that I will advise.
So happened, Chin, that was the same, exactly the same answer I gave when you asked me that question too.
Yeah.
It's always the same. Guys, having a mentor is as simple as you are following somebody who has been up that mountain. You see Chin's Mount Kinabalu? You try walking up that mountain alone yourself? I tell you, hey, seriously, that kind of mountain, you will die, you know. You literally die if you don't have somebody who has walked up. And even if you get somebody who has no education, you know, the Kadazan guide who has no education, shorter than you, physically smaller than you, his face looks one kind, whatever, you follow him, you will still reach the top. Why? Just one reason only. He has been up there before. So that is a very, see, Chin has
this is
very amazing. Yeah, that is a low peak, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, low peak.
Low peak, yeah. I went up there 19 as a, darling, we went up there 17 years old or 19? 17. 19, yeah. My wife just told me, we walked up there, me and that time was my girlfriend, 19 years old, walked up this mountain. So, okay. Thank you, Chin. Yeah. So, guys, seriously, this advice is not just for charger, for new people. This advice for everybody. You want to speed, that was what my mentor told me. Gary, you want to speed up your success in life, not just only in network marketing. Follow the mentor, get a mentor, get somebody who has the result you want. Follow him blindly. He tell you turn left, you turn left, turn right, sit, down, you talk just like him, you walk just like him, you make it, I tell you. That's my proven formula anyway. Okay, and Chin, coming back to this is, after 10 years in this business, I'm very sure, just like me, you probably have some leaders in your group that has somehow like ponchet lah, you know, ponchet means flat out lah, you know. What would be your advice to this group of people?
Well, I say, come back to the basic. Why did you do Kangen water?
Right.
Why did you do Kangen water? Why was so attractive to you, Kangen water? It doesn't change because the company doesn't change. The water doesn't change. It's still as good and it's better now. We have KA, right? So the marketing plan still doesn't change. It's still there. The money is still there, you know. So what has changed is sometimes we started to change our mindset and we started to compare ourselves to other people, right? Then the other one is we sit down and do an evaluation. Now, this is how I asked them to do evaluation. Okay. I asked them to, you tell me, so let's say you have been doing for 3 years, right? Can you tell me in the last 3 years, how were you doing this? Are you a full-time? Are you a part-time? Or are you a part-time? You know, just hobby only. So tell me which one, right? Oh, okay. Some of them say I'm just part-time. Then they say maybe actually I'm only a part-time only. Okay. So part-time means how many hours a week? Okay. Full-time is 40 minutes, you know. The overtime is like 50, 60 minutes, hours a week, right? So full-time is 40 hours a week. So part-time is 20. So what? Okay, 10 hours a week. All right, fine. Okay. So calculate your 10 hours per week for the last 3 years. Now, you tell me what is your total income, and then you give me your hourly pay.
You'll be shocked, right?
Many of them, okay. Now, this works for 5A and above, okay? I mean, if it is 2A, 3A, no, it doesn't work. If you are 5A and above, right, you do these numbers, Gary, is always more than 200 ringgit per hour. Sometimes 100 plus per hour. And now I ask you, then, okay, let's say it's 200 ringgit an hour, right? So now I ask them to work it back. If it is 200 an hour, you tell me what a GM, how many hours he's working every week. Yeah.
You're going to get more than a GM.
Yeah, they probably will be making 200 hours a month. 200 hours a month, you just calculate 200 hours times 200 ringgit, that's 40,000 ringgit. You are actually a CEO level, you're actually better than the GM, you know. That kind of amount, if you work like they work, you know, put it you know, that kind of pressure,
Correct.
you know, like that, 200 hours a week, and then like that, actually you are CEO level. CEO works like that, you know, some CEOs, you know, some GMs. Oh. So I help them to do evaluation now. So that, but all I can do is help them to think again. Help them to think again. At the end of the day, it's still up to them. So I think the big question is this: why are you doing this? And why, after so many years, you want to do Kangen? Why don't you go and do other things? If you feel that, you know, you work for other people is better, then you should be happy working for other people now. But don't come back and complain. Why? The boss is very bad or whatever. Don't complain. Right? But why do you see in Kangen? What was that the first love?
Yeah.
You have, right? Yeah, Gary, that is how I would have talked to them.
I think Chin, what you mentioned is very true. People need to have real clarity of what they are doing.
Yeah, clarity.
They don't have the clarity. In fact, you know, so many people tell me, oh, in Kangen they didn't make money and didn't make a lot of money, and then when, like what you say, like when you do the evaluation, then you realize, and when I give them an example, I said, can you imagine you got a job and your job requires you to work 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, and then you just go to the office 1 day a week, 4 days a month, and then you say the boss don't want to pay you full salary. Hey, hello. I mean, sometimes you think about it, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. All you need to do is, that's why again, clarity, have a mentor, do a lot of this one-to-one talk with the person who is making it in this business. Your direction will definitely change. You won't get stuck. You know, I recently have one of my key leader, you know, ever since he liked to call himself, you know, he likes freedom and all that. But lately he decided to put in that effort. Wow, the result just fly off the roof. It's just a mindset shift away, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a mindset shift away. Yeah. Okay, so final question, Chin. You have been involved with network marketing, 3 network marketing companies before Enagic. Tell me from your view, from your point of view, what do you think about Enagic company and Mr. and Mrs. Soshiro? How is it different from where you have come from before?
Yeah. If you learn leadership lessons from the gurus like John Maxwell, like that, they always say like that, the company is about the leaders. You see, company is about leaders. It's very important. Apple is about Steve Jobs or to Tim Cook. Tim Cook has a different strength in him, you know. But he is the one selected to run it. You see. So it's about Bill Gates, Microsoft. You see, who is Tesla? Tesla is Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
So it's about. What was your question again, Gary? Yeah, okay, so it's about Mr. Oshiro, you know. First of all, you think about it, a company with a good product, with a good company setup, with a good marketing plan. Where do you find it? It is because Mr. Oshiro, he wants it like that. Why are they paying 57%, 60% overall, right, for everybody? Because he chose to.
Exactly.
He could have paid 40. If I know of other American companies, whatever, he would pay 40, and then they'll give you a lot of trips. Yeah, 2 tickets, 3 tickets, 4 tickets. He will give you like that, exactly. So that you have, you know, you have a false understanding that I'm going free holiday like that. You know, yes. Mr. Oshiro give you everything there. Yeah. It's like that. Why did every March 17, tons of people, hundreds? Okay, actually. Because Okinawa is so small, it could be thousands, but because Okinawa is so small, but hundreds of people float there, you know. Hotels are sure fully booked at that time, you know, just to celebrate the birthday with him. It's about the leadership. Right. No, because he set up the company like that. And that is something that you very difficult to choose. You can go in the company. I want to change the company, but can you change the owners?
No.
You can't change the owner. There's only certain thing. You can work very hard, but you cannot change the owner how they're thinking. So it's a blessing. I think we all must have that gratitude. We have that gratitude, First of all, gratitude to God. I always thank God, because He let me meet Kangen Water. So I don't have to go through 15 companies, Gary. Yeah, because it's very difficult to find a company like that. Very difficult to find a product that is unique. Not just good, right?
Yes.
Not just good, right? But unique. Unique
Amazing.
means he can do something other people cannot do. Good means I have a better vitamin C than the other vitamin C's in the market.
Correct.
Okay, that is called good, right? But we have a unique product. It's not easy to find a company that has a good marketing plan that they are willing.
Right.
They are willing to give. Yeah. They are not afraid of you making too much money. Then they want to cut your commission or like that. Yeah. Right. I think we need to have gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude to Mr. Oshiro, gratitude to the company, gratitude to your uplines. I always have gratitude for my uplines, John and June and Raymond Sander. Okay, because they introduced me to Kangen.
Wow.
Okay, if not because of them, I don't know. I'll probably now in my 8 or 9 company, going to looking for the one real chance to come up, right? Right. So gratitude towards your downline, gratitude to sideline. How do we learn this gratitude towards your friends, your sideline? Gary, I need to have gratitude for him. Because he motivates me to work harder, right? We have gratitude towards uplines, sidelines, gratitude towards your downlines.
Yeah.
But where we learn this, because Mr. Oshiro is like that. Mr. Oshiro used the word compassion.
Right.
I think it's very difficult to find a good company. You can find good company, but how do you find good leaders like that? The man.
Yeah. I think, Chin, what you mentioned is very true. Is like, if I want to make it a bit, Cantonese say 夸张, or very exaggerated, it's like once in a lifetime you find a company like this. Seriously, what Chin tells you is true. Any company can come out with another water ionizer. How are you going to get a company with 47 years old track record? You cannot buy a 47 years old one, Hello? Yeah. How are you going to buy it? You wait now. You wait for 47, probably 4.5 years later, gone already. Okay? And I think Mr. Oshiro's biggest compassion to reflect his heart, is all written in the marketing plan. What Chin tells you is very true. Every point that he gives out in US dollars, 1 point is 285 for SD501, including the SP. It doesn't have to be 285, guys. Can you imagine that? He can even say it's 185. People will still join. People will still buy.
Yep.
He can even say $150 also. People will buy. People will join. But why you want to give 285? And again, I want to tell you all, for those of you all who is probably first time listening to me, and you are still very into selling the machine. Nothing wrong with selling the machine. But I want to tell you this is, if you realize Mr. Oshiro, he spent a lot of time talking about his dream of making the poor people become rich. And he exercised that dream by putting all this treasure into the marketing plan. So what Chin says is very true. And he has been involved with 3. I've been involved with 15. It is a once in a lifetime that you find a company like this. What Chin talks about gratitude is very important. I have this morning ritual I always do. I'm very sure some of my members here will know. I always give thanks to Mr. Oshiro, Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro, first thing in the morning. And I really, for certain reason, I felt that they are like my kaiye, like my foster father, although they can be like, they can even be like my foster grandfather, but really somebody that you look at it and you can really feel his heart. So amazing. And I'm sure that's the reason why Chin mentioned to you, hundreds, if not thousands of people actually flock to Okinawa, except for this last 2 years with the lockdown thing. Every single year, I mean, basically my family's second trip. That's why I was telling Kuniko-san, my next home that I want to buy is in Okinawa, you know, next property I want to get. Because other than this lockdown, every year we'll be there. Whether it's already fixed, you know, for the next 150, because I'm going to live to 150 years anyway. So for the next 150 years, every year March, I'll definitely be in Okinawa, right? So why not get a property there, get a home there? So who knows, maybe Chin, you may want to be my neighbor there, you know?
Yeah. I don't mind lockdown there also.
Lockdown there is so good, huh? Awesome. Wow. Guys, time just flies so fast when we are learning so much and having so much fun. Finally, I like to say a big thank you, a heartfelt gratitude, Chin, to you for sharing these golden nuggets. 10 years of experience you poured out to us in 1.5 to 2 hours is truly amazing. I just want to say that probably some of the things you have shared before. It may seem very insignificant to you, but you never know. Probably somebody out there that's listening to your message here today, just one thing they put into action, it may change their life. So once again, on behalf of everybody, on behalf of the whole Kangen world, Chin, I'd like to say a big thank you to you.
Okay. Gary, can have one short story or not?
Go ahead.
About Mount Kinabalu.
No problem. Do it. I love it. My favorite.
Okay, all right. Just a short one, okay? Yes. If you need to run to toilet, okay. Very short one. Now, this is real, okay? My pastor, okay? She has 2 daughters and 1 son, and the eldest daughter now is going out with a guy, right? So, okay, and so he wants to know whether is he going to be my future son-in-law. Okay. So how do you know he's going to be a good son-in-law? Because you're going to give him your daughter, you know. So he asked him to follow them to join Mount Kinabalu. Okay. To climb Mount Kinabalu. Okay. Climb Mount Kinabalu. You know what? He says when you are in Mount Kinabalu, when you climb Mount Kinabalu, then I can see the true self, the true person. Why? Wow. You know, you think about this, there are a lot of things to see. Why? Because let's say I ask you to climb Mount Kinabalu. I tell you this is like 4 months later. So first of all, how do you prepare for that? You can see the person, how does he prepare for that, right? And then you can see how he walks the things. But when difficulty comes, that is when you see the true self of that one person. You know, it is not the good time. During the good time, everybody is good. It is during the difficulty times, the person may show the true characters and your character. So I just suddenly think of this story, you know. I mean, COVID time is a difficult time, but this is the time that we should show who we are making up for. Okay. Right. Thank you, Gary. Again, so nice to talk, you know, since 2 days ago I interviewed you. Today we chat again. This is fantastic talk. Okay. So next time we need to be in Mount Kinabalu maybe the foothill there, sitting down, coffee. Now we talk. Okay.
I would love to. I actually said, Chin, I have plans when things are more settled. I want to come to KK for about 2 weeks to a month.
Wow, good.
Yeah. So maybe we can even do some joint events in KK and East Malaysia. You know, I've always, especially for Sabah, I really, for certain reason, I love Sabah. Yeah. So yeah, let's rock. Okay, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute all of y'all, or I'm going to enable y'all to unmute yourself. And let's all say a big thank you. If you have learned something, let's all say a big thank you to none other than our star for today, Mr. Chin Fung. Guys, are y'all able to unmute yourself?
Yes, done already. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Chin.